well, that's Mummy, that's Daddy, and that's Uncle Tommy.
Yeah.
So Tommy Burns was a man that, you know, remembered, didn't care who you were. Joe Bloggs, he was a man that cared. He was an absolute legend.
There was no airs and graces about him.
Absolutely not. He had a heart of gold, and he had a football, funny enough, he had a football match to think about the next day, and to take time out to come and just wish my husband and I the best wishes ever. It was an absolute privilege, and my husband and I are absolutely heartbroken today.
I think that's a really special story, that one as well. Like, but it epitomised Tommy. You know, he's went out his way, and I like that one. Who's the guy in the middle?
Who's the guy in the middle?
Brilliant, brilliant. A special memory for you.
John McAvenny joins us on the line as well. Hello, John. Hello, John. Are you there? No. Yes, it's that common touch that Tommy had with all the fans. Really, it didn't matter who they were. Like the caller there just said, happy to pop his head round the corner and make a fuss of them. Yeah,
he never missed anybody. Even with the younger boys just now, like I'm just sitting thinking of little stories as well that are things that's happened. You know, you could be driving by Barrowfield at 9 o'clock at night, 9:30 at night, and the lights would still be on, and you knew it was a Tommy Burns training session. You know, the mums would arrive at Barrowfield to drop off, like, you know, the young players, you know, for their evening session, 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock normally. Once they'd seen Tommy Burns there, they went away up to the forge to do their shopping, because they knew it was going to be, like, no, a long session. And everything that, I just think that's everything that Tommy done. He put his heart and soul into everything. You can see why people respect him so much.
I think we can now go to John McIver. Good evening, John.
Hello, how you doing, gentlemen?
All right, what would you like to say about Tommy Burns, John?
First of all, we're actually at Parkhead tonight, me and my family. It was actually very moving to see all the different fans for different clubs putting their scarves and flags, and the applause that the Rangers fans and that was getting was very moving. And one Rangers fan was breaking his heart crying, and another one says that we lost a match last night and you lost a legend. But what my main point was is one of the first games I ever got to see Tommy was actually the first time I went up to Aberdeen, and it must have been, I was 16, it must have been 1976, 77. I know Paul was playing, but it was, I remember Tommy get sent off, and I think it was the guy Valentine, it was the referee, and he was getting dogs abuse, and I remember Tommy flung his jersey at the referee, and he got bad press and all that, but it was heart and soul was in Celtic, you know, it was just one of them, Willie remembers that at all.
Yeah, I think that you've just mentioned heart and soul, and I think that was relayed that in a little story I told earlier as well. That was Tommy Burns. It was just, he was full on, passionate in everything he'd done, and he epitomised our club. You know, the characteristics of the club. They were also in Tommy as a person, with passion. He held himself with dignity, and he just gave everything he had. And I'm sure if you talk to a few referees along the way, they'll have a few stories about Tommy, because he wasn't short with a little quick word to them.
Indeed. We're also joined by a former teammate of both Willie and Tommy, George McCluskey. George, very sad day. How are you feeling today?
Just first and foremost, I'm gutted. We all knew he wasn't well, and we knew it was kind of terminal, but it still comes as a big shock to us. Memories of the guy is just, we were brought through the system together. I've known the guy for 36 years. We were in the boys club together. We were in the academy together, right through reserves, the ground staff reserves, and the first team. And I'm absolutely gutted. Fond memories of him, always having a laugh and always a joke, but 100% committed. You know, Alec?
And fond memories, obviously, as a player, and especially winning the title in 1979 when you won 4-2 at Ibrox.
That's correct. Just all great memories of winning cups and winning leagues. And the last day of the season, we won a game as well, 1981, I think it was. We beat St Mirren 3-0, and Tommy laid on a couple of goals for myself. And it was like a telepathic understanding we had with each other, simply through the years that we played together, you know, and just a lovely guy.
And that relationship endured through the years, and he was even involved in the benefit dinner that you had last week, George.
Well, he was meant to say a few words for me, and unfortunately took really no well, and couldn't really make it on the night. But he sent me a lovely text just before I left the house, and that brought a tear in my eye, knowing the fact that he couldn't be there. But just fondly all the memories. Really great of him, and I'm really miss him.
What are the texts saying, George?
The text just said, to my soulmate, I'm very sorry I can't be there, but you can understand. And I was lucky enough to tell him we were getting very good at the texting over the past 5-6 months. None of the two of us could do it. He took no well, and we've been texting every day. And I was lucky enough to receive the fact that he said that he loved us and I loved him. And that was it.
Thanks very much, George. Well, as we've been seeing and hearing, the tributes have been pouring in all day from Tommy's contemporaries. But above all else, he had a special affinity with the supporters. And ever since the news broke this morning, the Hoops fans have been turning out in their droves to pay homage to one of their own.
Woke up this morning and put the telly on. It was the first thing that hit me. That was the first thing that came on the news about Tommy Burns, and I just had to come down today. I was just absolutely devastated. Played some of our best football under Tommy Burns, and just a nicer man you couldn't meet.
Stunned. It's just such a loss. He'll always be there in our hearts. He was a supporter first and foremost. He played for us. He was a manager. And he played that proper Celtic way, he managed that proper way.
Well, it's unbelievable. I was getting my kids ready for school this morning. When the news came across, and my 6-year-old, he went to school in tears. I mean, it's an unbelievable time.
I mean, he's so special to Celtic support. I mean, it was the manager that broke the trophy drought, brought us some glory back, and started to take us back to what we were, the top of Scottish football. And my thoughts and prayers are with his family.
I started going to Celtic matches in the late 70s, and Tommy was always there, and I just can't imagine Celtic without Tommy Burns.
Obviously, watching the football last night for Manchester, and you're thinking about that, but this morning when that came through, that just overtake everything. That's all you can think about is Tommy, and especially his family, because as I say, he was such a nice boy, such a nice man, and my memories are just playing with the Hoops. That's it. End of story. You couldn't get a better player.
Very shocked. Most supporters, I didn't think realised how ill Tommy really was. When we heard the news this morning, it was pretty devastating when we heard.
Tommy Burns was the greatest Celtic fan ever. He loved the club, he was Mr Celtic. You could just see everything, his enthusiasm for it, and it's just such a sad loss today.
Such a good ambassador for the club, just such a genuinely nice guy. You know, it's just such a sad day for everyone involved with Celtic.
Great memories when I was at school. He used to come up to school to present trophies and books, and he was just a wonderful person. Even when he met the kids out in the car park, he always had time for people. You know what I mean? A little ruffle of hair as he walked past, and just an all-round good guy, wasn't he? Just an all-round special bloke. Quite a personal memory of Tommy when my son was about 10-year-old, about 2000, desperate to get Henrik Larsson's autograph. And he wrote a letter to Tommy asking if he could get an autograph of Henrik and send it down. And a couple of days later there was a letter from Tommy inviting us up on a Thursday afternoon to meet Henrik after training. And we came up and we met Tommy after training, took us into the boardroom. There was a spread of sandwiches and soft drinks. And lo and behold, Henrik he was recovering from his broken leg at the time. And Henrik came in and spent a good bit of time with my son, and all the rest of the players came in, and Tommy came in and spent a bit of time, and with a bit of crack, and it was a really nice touch.
Just everybody you speak to about Tommy Burns, everybody's got good words to speak about him. Obviously you can see the Rangers fans have obviously come back up from Manchester today, and they're obviously devastated, but thanks for them for coming up. But it's just absolutely gutted. But he's a man, he's just a true gentleman.
There's a word that gets bounded about quite a lot, but it's the only word to describe the man. Just legend. That's the only word that there is to describe Tommy is just pure legend.